Have you seen it yet? The new notification from DoorDash that pops up telling you that your market is busy. But the new thing is that you'll get an order within 2 minutes. It sounds incredible, right? It feels like the perfect tool, a secret signal telling you exactly when to get in the car and start earning. But let's ask the real question. Is this new feature designed to help you, or is it designed to help DoorDash? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and look at the proof that this alert might not be the friendly tip it appears to be. I'm going to break down how this feature can actually cause you to make less money, and more importantly, how you can protect your earnings from it. This looks like a tool built for you, but it might be a tool built for their bottom line directly at your expense. So let's break down exactly what this new alert is. You're sitting at home, you're on the fence about whether it's worth heading out, making money, and suddenly your phone buzzes and you see a message from DoorDash that says something like 2 minute average wait time near you. If you're free, it's a great time to start dashing. On the surface, it feels like a game changer. It feels like DoorDash is finally giving us a peek behind their secret curtain, helping us make an informed decision. It creates this powerful sense of urgency, this promise of immediate earnings. It suggests that if you log in this very second, your phone is just going to blow up with an order before you can even find your car keys. But the entire trick hides in one simple word. With DoorDash, it's all about the wording. Average. This single word is the escape hatch. An average isn't a promise. It's not a guarantee. It's a mathematical calculation based on what has already happened. DoorDash themselves say these times are calculated using recent dashing activity, updated every 10 minutes. But that's the core of the problem. The algorithm is looking backwards. It's using historical data. It has absolutely no way of predicting what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. It can't predict the rush of the other drivers who got the exact same enticing message that you just did. It can't predict a restaurant suddenly getting slammed and turning off their tablet, or a sudden dip in customer orders. The result? These wait times can be completely disconnected from reality. All over the forums of drivers, they're reporting the same story. You get the alert, you log in, and when the app promises you a 2 minute wait, well, you end up sitting in a parking lot for like 10, 15, sometimes even 20 minutes with dead silence. One driver even documented a test where the little thing on the bottom, it said 2 to 7 minute wait. I think we've all done this test, but after that time has passed with no order, the estimated simply refreshed and it went from 2 to 9 minute wait. And as they just kept sitting there and waiting until they finally got an order, not within the time frame. This proves the alert isn't really true. Real-time reflection of the market. It's a dangling carrot, an estimate so loose, it's almost meaningless. Sure, maybe in some markets it's accurate, sometimes, but that inconsistency is the entire problem. You can't build a business strategy on a tool that only works occasionally, and now you're sticking an alert that goes to, I can't even tell you how many drivers at one time. It's like having a faulty gas gauge in your car. You can never truly trust it, so you end up having to check the tank the old-fashioned way anyway. So if this alert or message isn't a reliable promise, why would DoorDash push it so hard? It all comes down to DoorDash's number one operational priority: ensuring every single order, no matter how good or bad, gets picked up as quickly as possible. To achieve that, they need an army of drivers on the road. That's where we come in, ready to go at all times. This is where driver saturation becomes their most powerful weapon. Think about it like this. If there's one pizza place in a small town and 10 customers who want the pizza place is king. They can take their time, charge whatever they want. They have all the power. But what happens if 9 more pizza places suddenly open up to serve those same 10 customers? Who has the power now? The customer does. The restaurants are now forced to compete with each other, fighting for scraps. DoorDash wants to create that exact scenario, but with drivers. When they send out a mass alert saying, hey, short wait times over here, they aren't just telling you, they are convincing dozens, maybe even hundreds of other drivers in your specific area to all log in at the exact same time. This floods the market in a flash. You go from a scenario of 5 drivers being available for 10 orders to 50 drivers being available for those same 10 orders. And what happens when the road is saturated with drivers? 2 things happen, and neither of them are good for you. First, your personal wait time between orders actually goes up, and the complete opposite of what the alert promised. There is just not enough orders to go around. Second, the quality of the orders you see starts to plummet. With so many drivers available and waiting, DoorDash's algorithm knows it doesn't have to offer as much money to get an order accepted. Why offer $8 for a delivery when there are 50 drivers logged in and one of them is bound to take it for like $3 out of sheer desperation? This puts downward pressure on pay for everyone in the zone. This whole system is a brilliant psychological tool. It masterfully plays on our desire to be efficient, to work smarter, not harder. It creates a false sense of urgency, a fear of missing out on a busy period that might not even be real. We've seen this playbook before. Remember chasing those fiery red hot spots on the map only to arrive and find a parking lot full of other dashers, all lured by the same digital message? This is where the hotspot is. This new alert is just the next evolution of that same tactic. It's more personal, more direct. It came to your phone. And because of that, far more persuasive. They figured out that a targeted notification sent right to your phone is much more effective at getting you on the road than a red splotch on a map. Let's walk through the play-by-play of what actually happens when you fall for this. You get the notification on your phone, 2-minute average wait. You think, awesome, I got a spare half hour. I can squeeze in a quick order or two. So you drop what you're doing, you grab your keys, you get in your car, burn that expensive gas to get to your favorite spot, and you start your dash, if it's pink, and ready for the orders to just keep rolling in. Well, 2 minutes go by, nothing. 5 minutes pass, still silent. You check your phone to make sure it's working. The app estimated quietly updates, and now it says you have a 2 to 9 minute wait. 10 minutes have now passed. You've now wasted fuel, put needless wear and tear on your vehicle because you drove to your spot, and spent 10 minutes of your life, your most valuable non-refunded asset, staring at a screen, all based on flimsy promises that never materialized. Finally, an order comes through, but because of the market is now flooded with all the other drivers who got the exact same alert, it's not a good one. Of course not. It's a no-tip order going 10 miles completely out of your zone. You decline it. A few minutes later, another one pops in. Also garbage. This is the vicious cycle the alert is designed to create. It isn't about getting you a good order quickly. It's about getting DoorDash enough drivers online to create a safety net, ensuring that every single order, especially the crappy ones, the non-profitable ones, get picked up eventually by someone. They are playing a numbers game. Your time, your fuel, and your profits are all the chips they are happily gambling with. They are banking on the simple fact that if they get enough drivers logged in, someone will eventually get frustrated or desperate enough to accept those offers. This feature isn't a service to you. It's a lever that they pull to manage their driver supply for their own corporate benefit. So how do you fight back? How do you protect your time, your vehicle, and your income? It all starts with a shift in mindset. You have to stop listening to the app and start acting like an independent business owner that you are. You have to be proactive, not reactive. Here's your playbook first, and this is the most critical step. You must see these alerts for what they are: marketing. This is an advertisement from DoorDash. They are trying to sell you on the idea of working a very specific moment. You wouldn't immediately run to a store and buy a new TV just because you saw a flashy commercial for it. Apply that exact same healthy skepticism here. The wait time is a sales pitch. It is never a promise. Second, become a true expert on your own market. The app's algorithm doesn't know the rhythm of your own town, but you do. You know which restaurants are painfully slow on a Tuesday night, even if the app says that it's busy. You know when the real dinner rush begins and ends, not when DoorDash sends out a generic notification. Start keeping track of your own notes. Track your own data in a notebook or a spreadsheet or up here. When are you consistently busy? What parts of town reliably give you profitable orders? Your own hard-earned experience is definitely more valuable than their generalized, often misleading data. It goes back to know your market, the biggest thing to learn when you become a DoorDash driver. Third, take control of your time by being proactive with scheduling. Instead of sitting around and waiting for an alert to tell you when you're allowed to work, try to schedule your dashes in advance. Scheduling can also give you priority access to those peak time slots that might otherwise appear to be grayed out and completely unavailable. This puts you back in the driver's seat of your own schedule instead of letting the app dictate when you should be on standby for them. Fourth, let's address the tier program, specifically being a platinum driver, but with a huge grain of salt. Yes, being a platinum dasher allows you to dash now anytime, which means you don't have to rely on these alerts or wait for your zone to turn red. However, to get to the status, which is usually 70 or 80% depending on your market, you often have to accept a very high percentage of orders, which include low-paying, long-distance ones that this very alert system helps to create. For many, if not most drivers, the cost of achieving platinum status simply isn't worth the benefit. Some, it definitely is. I am a platinum dasher. It is a solution that DoorDash offers, but it's one that forces you to play their game by their rules and sometimes can hurt the bottom line. So it's up to you if you choose to go for being a platinum dasher. Before we wrap this up, this is where I need your help. We as a community of drivers need to build our own database of intelligence. Have you seen this new alert in your market? Have you tested it out? Was it accurate for you? Or did you end up waiting for nothing? Go down in the comments right now and share your story. Tell us what the DoorDash app promised and what really happened. By sharing your experiences, we can build a clear picture of how this feature really works and help other drivers avoid falling into the same trap. And if you found this breakdown helpful and you want more content that is dedicated to helping drivers make more money, do me a favor and hit that like button. It tells YouTube that this is a valuable video and it will show it to more drivers who need to see it. And of course, subscribe for more tips and tricks to keep you ahead of that DoorDash algorithm. At the end of the day, you have to remember who you actually work for. You are not an employee of DoorDash. You are a business owner. You are an independent contractor. Your time is your inventory, your car is your equipment, and your fuel is your operating cost. This new alert is a tool designed by DoorDash for DoorDash to manage its supply of drivers for its own benefit. Don't fall for this trick. Trust your gut. Trust your own experiences. Track your own data and make decisions based off of what is most profitable for your business. Don't let an algorithm cooked up in a Silicon Valley office dictate your earnings and devalue your time. There was another update to the app. This one was small, but you're going to want to check this one out to learn all about it because it also has to deal with restaurant wait times. I'll see you over there.